Hey there everybody, it's Dayna with Nellie DeeCee Crochet, and I'm going to talk to you about finishing up my week 2 of the Hygge crochet along. I am loving this. Well, this is week 1 with the baubles or the clusters, and then week 2, which started the embroidery on top. And remember, like I told you the last video, that I have made the wrong side my right side because I didn't pop through these clusters to the other side. So now I'm just pretending this is the right side. Well, as you can see, my ends, there's 3 single crochets on that side and 2 on this side. Somewhere along the way, I think it was right about here, I dropped a stitch. So when I finally realized what was going on, I thought I am not about to frog this and get back to that stitch. So I'm just going to continue on with 58 stitches instead of 59 across, and hopefully it'll all come out in the wash, as we say. But here's a few pointers. I love this, what's it called, surface slip stitch. It is so fun to make. But be careful not to make it too tight. I think this separator section of week 2 was too tight because, it could be that anyway, well, as I was saying, because it seems to be coming in here, but it could be because of this stitch that I dropped somewhere here. But be careful when you're doing this surface stitch at the separator that you don't stitch too tight. Now, I have never cross-stitched on top of crochet before, but I am loving this. And I bought a new Christmas pattern. It's actually a vintage pattern from years ago that I can't wait to do a Christmas Afghan cross-stitching, white on red on white. But anyway, back to our Hygge. This is week 2. Be sure that all your stitches are going in the same direction. So I have always, in the years I've cross-stitched, started with the stitch, the bar that goes this way, and then I'll come back around with the one that goes in this direction on top. Always keep that the same and consistent, because it's really going to make a difference. It's going to look really messy if you don't keep your X's consistent. Now, as I started, I tried to, I think I started here with the green, and I tried to keep all my stitches close to, instead of hopping around, is what I'm trying to say, because it's going to affect what the back looks like. Now, I'm not real happy about how the back turned out, but I know that she's going to recommend that we line our Hygge when we're finished. And I'm thinking mine is going to be, I think I'm going to make a wall hanging instead of a shawl or a Hygge that you wear. And therefore, I might not line it. I haven't decided. But if you're not going to line it, I don't know. I'm curious to know what you think about the back. See, I've tried to keep my stitches as close together on the sections. Like in this blue here, I started at the bottom and I went around and I tried to do the stitches one after the other close together rather than going across the row. You see what I mean? To try to make, well, to save on yarn, because I'm hoping I won't need to order any extra, and to make it nicer on the back. But I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I do love how this looks, and I'm trying to keep my stitches. I tend to stitch tight, so I'm trying to think loose, so it's a good, it'll lay nicely. Those are my thoughts. This is on week 2, and the separator and these pretty flowers. I'd love to know your thoughts and your tips. So I'm Dayna with Nellie DeeCee. See you next week.